Yeah, a little bit, eh?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. Sorry you guys got here and it's like rush.
No, it's our fault because
We don't want you to wait. That's all.
we don't like to not be on time.
And then
Yeah.
we don't want to be.
Welcome everybody. Hello everybody. We are just getting in here. This is Lou and this is Mitzi. And they had, we just did a video showing their, thank you very much for joining, the ones that are joining now. I know it takes some time for everybody to roll in. And wow, it's been a while. So we're going to have a lot of things to talk about. That much I do know. Oh, look at that. You are in the middle of that. You're the one that, if somebody's on a phone, that's what they're seeing.
Great.
Isn't that cool? Look at that. So, we have, oh geez, we've done so much in the last while. We did a live when we were at the Airbnb that we had in Lawag City.
Lawag, yeah.
Lawag. See, I keep saying it wrong. Lawag City. And that one was, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But yes, they did have that secret camera there. It wasn't entirely hidden because we were able to see it, but we didn't notice it. A, the listing says the cameras are on the outside, the exterior, it says literally in the listing. B, the law says you can't have cameras on the inside of an Airbnb. That's like having a camera inside your hotel room. Totally illegal. So not only not notifying you, but even if they notified you, it wouldn't change the law. But come nighttime, you can see the red lights from the infrared so they can pick you up at night. All right, so that's the only reason we actually noticed it, and they were like, wait a minute, Laura's towel is here. Does that mean after her bath she just got changed right here in front of this camera? and Catherine's like, yes, what the, And we contacted Airbnb, and it took like just yesterday, last night, was their final, when they finally said, okay, we've decided that they have broken all the standards. But the owner said because it's a rural location, she thought Randy, thought it would be okay to have a camera on the inside. But the crazy part is, anybody who's seen that video today, the tour of the house, they have somebody on site.
Yeah.
And not only that, instead of a door between you and their caretaker, it's like a wrought iron fence with gigantic holes this big that you can see them and they can see you in the living space, which, yes, she for the caretaker, is down the flight of stairs, but like if you're walking, she's looking right up in, and you're looking right down there. Plus anything you say, she can hear perfectly. Yeah. And just like that pool was right there, well, that was her kitchen and everything, but at like 10 feet down or 8 feet down, but we can see her just cooking her dinner and everything. We're paying $8,000 a night. And there's no mention in the listing that this is how it is. There's no privacy in this place. So anyway, the reason for the camera being allowed has no bearing and no argument if the caretaker can literally watch you in that same area.
Yeah.
We were in a living room and dining room. We never thought for any reason that you wouldn't have any privacy, obviously. And so anyway, Airbnb did not give us a refund or anything or discount or anything. We did end up staying because, we reported it and waited.
Yeah.
We were told, you probably should go to the police, but then also told, but the owner lives in New York.
Oh.
And so we know from going to the P&P for other things, the chances, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, okay, I can't even go see this owner. There's nothing. It is a criminal offense in this country for Airbnbs and hotels to have cameras on the inside. But it doesn't really matter. If there's they can't go and even talk to them, let alone charge them. So nothing would have happened. We know that we would have went through 12 hours of our day would have been lost.
Yeah.
For absolute waste for some
sweating
piece of paper that will get stuck in a filing cabinet. And that will be it. That would be the end of it. So we relied on Airbnb to try to deal with it, but the camera stayed on the entire time. The light did not go out, and I thought maybe they, right?
I would have.
But then I would, it's just you never know what'll happen.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, now you've damaged and destruction. So not only did I lose the 28,000 pesos I paid for it, now I get slammed for some charge that comes right off my card. anyway, we just obviously once we realized we were stuck to the bathrooms and the bedrooms, but it does make you worry the whole time of our stay. We were like,
Yeah, where else?
Yeah.
looking behind the TV. Does it have any weird wires? Is there anything? We checked the Wi-Fi. I do have all that for sniffing, out cameras. I have that. Like Fling is one of them. But they're all hardwired cameras, so therefore none of those are going to show up. Just the DVR is going to show up. So anyway, it is what it is, and that's the whole thing. What a pain. Anyway, guys, what are you doing here? Like, we just saw you a few days ago in La Union.
We're stalking you.
And here we go. We're here in Iloilo at a very beautiful house rental. And I would say Airbnb because, yes, they are now listing it on Airbnb. But it's also available for long-term rent. It's available for 1 week rent. It's
nice.
They just built it. They just started it. And the owners of this place are the same owners that I've shown other rentals here in Iloilo City because this is what they do. It's an American... British Filipino couple, and they buy houses, they renovate them or build them, and they rent them out to mostly foreigners, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they make them like top notch. Yeah, like with the waterfall and everything on it, it takes up a lot of sound.
It's pretty.
It is so peaceful. You hear nothing in here because of that waterfall. And at night, this place looks crazy.
Yeah.
Like the lighting of this whole place is
Very Bali.
yeah, well, that's actually the words he used. It's really hard to see because of the brightness,
very
right?
nice.
But
Oh,
yeah,
very
it's
nice.
so nice how it all lights up and everything.
It's really cute. Yeah.
You're just gonna have to wait for the full video. I don't think that's gonna show up because it's a very bright time right now. But yeah. So anyway, this place. Look out for that video. It's going to be coming soon, and I know there's people in Iloilo that would. It's 4 bedrooms. It's really big. It's a nice place. There's people that are moving to Iloilo or looking for rentals in Iloilo. You're going to be blown away, but it's not going to be budget. Okay, anybody who's looking for a budget price, this is not going to be for you. Not at all. So anyway, back to you. Why are you in Iloilo?
We are such big fans that we decided to follow you everywhere you go right now. And no, we, Jocelyn and Tim.
Yep.
Well, those are our friends from New Jersey for many, 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 many years.
Yeah.
And it was our turn to come down and visit them. They've been up to our house, so we wanted to see them. And
it's just happened you're
and
here.
and Jocelyn and Els share a birthday in November, about a week apart. So they wanted to do their little birthday thing
No,
here.
it's only 3 days apart.
3 days apart, okay. And so kind of hook up with them for their birthday, and we don't do any island hopping, so this is our first time.
We're going
So
Boracay.
Nice.
we're gonna
Right.
go. We're gonna
Where are
go.
you going to stay in Ambraka?
What's the name of the place?
I don't know. You booked it.
Hana or
Oh,
something?
Henan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Henans are all beautiful. There's only one, though, that I was disappointed, and that's because it's so far from the beach, and you have to walk down all these alleys and, like, really far. Like,
No, this one's right on the water.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, it was only that one. Otherwise, I've always loved Henans. Henan Lagoon, that's the one. It's way up when the street gets really far from the beach, and it's way up at the street. And it doesn't say in there, like,
Is it
20-mile walk to the
it's
beach.
pretty-ish, but it's their cheapest. That's why. So,
Yeah.
and that's why I booked it, right? And then I learned my lesson that it's worth 1,000 pesos more or something to get the better one. And it's
Yeah, so
Crystal Sands is the best one.
we're gonna stay at Tim and Jocelyn's resort for a couple days, and then we're gonna go up to Boracay a couple days, and then just short trip.
Nice.
So
Then come back.
we're checking out this area, and you're in the area, so
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's
Awesome.
We're gonna see you.
can you pull that a little this way?
I'm just going to put this up real quick. You should have taken pictures and sent to Airbnb. Yeah, we did all that. We sent them the pictures. We reported it. They investigated. Took all the way till yesterday, and we've been out of that place for a week. And
No, you don't have to get up.
Oh, you have to move the slide the base though, because it's full of water, right? No, this way.
I smell bacon. It's
That
me
way.
cooking. That's good, huh?
There you go. Yeah, we did all of that, and they finally, yes, as of yesterday, they temporarily suspended it, but they permanently suspended it. But no refund, no discount, and I asked them if they're going to notify everybody else that has stayed in that place, and they just said, we can't really talk to you about that, what we do or what we don't do. But just rest assured that we've removed them from the platform, or the listing from the platform, and that's it, but no refund. I was shocked. I was like, well, they're not going to let the owner keep the money, are they?
That's weird.
And they did. They did. And I've have 100 and something like that, or maybe 100 bookings with Airbnb. So I'm not like
we've had a lot
some
too,
guy
when
with
we
4.
have a problem, usually.
Used to be that way. I used to get like impeccable service, but I used to stay in one almost every week. So
yeah, they've lost so much. It's a big drop in their Airbnb business and stuff, and then they're over swamped. So
yeah, and I don't know how much it's just done by AI now. Who knows? That's the thing about a lot of these customer services are not actually live people anymore. They're just giving you an AI agent to talk to, and that AI agent can't do really anything, and that's who replies. All right, so I can. Oh, you're in your good spot. You're in a good spot. I don't want you to get covered in that, but we'll be a little more centered anyway.
The wife ran away.
Yeah, well, these things happen. Sometimes you need a break anyway, right? So we had a good time though. I just wanted to say that when we went to Baguio, it was great, but for the most part, it's still not for us, that sort of thing. Now, if we were outside of the city, I think we might like it a lot better. But being in the city, it's just kind of busy, and there's a lot of.
Your video made me decide not to go to Baguio.
Oh, really? You should visit.
No,
unless you just don't like cold, then okay,
I
get
cool,
that.
I love the cooler weather, but I hate traffic.
The traffic.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I think all the locals and everything. They talk about how they found a way around it, right? And I'm like, okay, I get that. But as a tourist, if you're coming there, you're not gonna. That's not gonna help you.
Not gonna figure that out.
That's not gonna help you. Yeah. So it's a very popular place, but very few foreigners, like next to none, right? Very, very, very few. So it's a Filipino vacation destination. It's the winter place, right? Like
it's pretty costly up there too.
Well, summer place.
Even property houses are very expensive, and then you're building on a mountain on top of it. So you're not even on flat land.
And there are people though Hi, thank you. There are people that mentioned that they've been living there for like a few years, and they were able to get really great prices and everything. And but I don't think those are so easy to get anymore. And I hear that about all the time. Oh, I only pay this much, and then I asked them, and they got it like right after pandemic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, yeah, I lived on Boracay for 20,000 pesos a month in a 3-bedroom house when they reopened the country. But that same house today is triple the price. So it really matters when did you rent it to give people a good idea of what it costs. Thank you very much, Brian Simpson. Thank you. Awesome of you. So anyway, I hope I didn't dissuade from anybody to going there, because it is an entirely different experience.
Yeah, just me.
Than any other place in the Philippines.
I'm so picky, and so I said, we don't even bop around to other islands. This is our first island trip. We'll probably only go Cebu and maybe Palawan, and that will be it of our island hopping.
Oh wow!
And then maybe back here again if Tim and Jocelyn are still here.
Yeah. Maybe go to other Asian countries.
We are going to Vietnam in January.
All right. By the way, guys, how's the audio? I just raised it up because he's usually quite loud, but then you went quieter. I think to match.
I can be loud.
No, I just cranked it, so you're gonna blow people's ears out. But I think I've got it.
I'm tired. I just woke up.
Yeah. So
I'm still mellow.
Okay, the audio is just fine. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. So anyway, Tim and Jocelyn, they're still trying to sell their resort, right?
Yes.
Anybody looking for a resort on the beaches of Antique in their capital city?
I had never been there yet. We're going to be there tomorrow, so you've
fantastic.
Been there before us.
I've been there twice, I think, or once. I've been to that area twice.
You went there
I was down there before I met them.
Right.
At the restaurants and other hotels that are on that same strip, right?
Right.
And because the poor guys, they got this place because their children were going to run it. They're adult children, right?
They live here. The kids.
Yeah, and so they got the place, and the kids were going to run it, and then they were going to go off and go fishing and enjoy their life because they love fishing. That is like their number one, and then everything else is a distant second. And then the kids spent like 2-3 months doing the work, that kind of thing, and went, nah, I want to live in Manila. Yeah. Right? They want to live like the BGC life type thing and just walk to everything and, working, what? So anyway, so the poor guys have been like, this isn't their dream. This is their retirement. They wanted to go fishing every day and run a resort. And I think it's I don't remember, maybe 8 to 10 rooms, something like that. It's not huge.
Yeah, it's good size. Like I said, I only saw it from your video so far.
Yeah.
And from,
it's more like a bed and breakfast.
James's
plus.
Video.
And right on the ocean. You got beach and everything. And
there's like a house. They have a house, and then there's rooms.
Yeah.
And then an open banquet hall type thing, right?
Yeah. And so, anyway, it's all titled, everything like that. They got the title actually really quick.
If you like turtles, it's next to the turtle reserve.
The turtle reserve.
I like turtles, sea turtles. So.
Well, look at that. Maybe. Oh, yeah, you do. It's literally painted on his house. I don't know why I didn't
it's the
remember
only,
that.
It was the only cement thing I could put up there was a turtle.
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, look at that. Funny you seen. Yeah, that's funny with Herod, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I even had some people saying, "How dare you be pulling her hair?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think you guys realize." How do I get? It's still staying on you. Oh, I have a poor signal. Sorry, guys. I know the internet is not so great here. Unfortunately, they are looking to upgrade it. They even told me that that is their goal.
I think it's the island because we've been having nothing but problems at that hotel, and we're at one of the nicest hotels, and it's like this all day long. Then
there is something going on because guess what? At my house, where I normally get blistering speed, I started writing them and saying, what the heck is going on? My internet is terrible. It goes in and out. And they said, I'm sorry, sir, but it's a citywide outage. Turns out it's not citywide. It may be the whole island wide.
I guess
might be the underwater cables.
I guess since the storm or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, all the internet goes under the water to each of these islands. So if the main fibers are a problem.
Could be those turtles eating the wire.
Well, you don't want to do anything about them, right? Anyway, so I love La Union, and there's more to come because we went back down, and the first time I went down to San Juan, I think San Juan's a surfing, right?
Yes.
At San Juan, it wasn't that busy. This time, when we come back from Lawag down, we went to San Juan again, and wow, it was so packed. So many people surfing.
I think they were having an event. Actually, yeah, there was a week of, I don't remember your schedule, I don't remember when the event was, but there was a week of some surfing event.
Oh, okay. I don't think that was on. The only reason is because everybody looked like a beginner, all doing learning on the beach, and then going out and not being able to stand up much, but tons of people. The beach was packed everywhere, and it was so crowded, but it is so expensive in San Juan.
Yeah.
I think it's more money than Boracay because, like, even that one hotel that has the restaurant there,
that's where we like to stay.
12 to 25,000 a night or something.
Yeah. Because you have your own little bungalow and the pool is nice right there on the water. It's worth it. It's in a very nice place, but
it's just an area that is already
pricey.
Yeah, pricey, exactly. And
for those people from California or Hawaii, don't make a special trip to San Juan to go surfing. Right. Yeah. Because you'll be very, very, very surprised.
Yeah, it's much more like
little baby waves.
Yeah, like Siargao, you might get closer. I think
even up where you went there in.
Where we were
in Ilocos Norte. I mean, there's more. I don't know why they don't call that area because the waves are. I think it's just because they're short. You really can't. It's not a riding wave. You don't get the distance. They're just big and flop in a couple seconds. You can't really surf that.
Yeah, and I think it's a combination. You have to have that whole vibe more than you actually have to have anything else.
Like our house, you can't really surf at our house. Our house is good for boogie boarding. If you like to boogie board, or what's the one you run on the board?
Shoot!
Tim just made one too.
Oh, really?
A skim board. If you like the skim board or boogie board, our house is good because about 100 yards out from our beach, there's a huge sandbar that protects us in that ocean. So there's a big sandbar there that you'll see the waves break there, and then they build up again and break. So it's very small distance, but it's not surfing. Good for boogie boarding. You get a big wave for boogie boarding. You get the skim board, but not really surfing because of that break. But it's good. Again, that's another for our house is a weather to protect us. That sandbar protects us from getting huge waves in. It hits that sandbar first, then it comes. So along with the mountain, so the typhoons really don't affect us.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a good spot. Okay, guys, so you've been here 11? No, 13.
What?
Years.
Here?
Yeah.
No, 3.
In the Philippines?
Yeah.
Oh.
3 years.
Wow, how do you feel like you've been here a lot
Oh my God,
longer?
11.
You've done a lot in 3 years. You've already gone through 2 homes.
4.
Like, literally owning and building and renovating.
Well, we when we got here, we rented a small little place in Angeles, and that was too small. They were for sale, but it was an Airbnb, but it was teeny. Then we went to, oh my God, I can't remember.
Did you go to Subic?
Angeles, Mega something. Big home community. Did not like that either. Nice big houses, great community pool and stuff, but houses were close together, and the problem was the streets out of the housing project were teeny. So there were so many people that lived there. In the morning, the traffic was just bumper to bumper to bumper for 2 hours to get out, and the same thing to come in at night because it was just like a little 2-lane road. And even though you lived in a nice community, if you can't get in and out of it, that's the problem you'll find with a lot of these subdivisions. The subdivision's nice, but if you can't get in and out of it within a decent amount of time, like this subdivision here, that is easy. Big roads, even big roads in and out of it. But most of the people that were in that subdivision where we were, they worked. So every morning people going out, every morning people going at night coming back, and you just couldn't get in and out of it. It was so tight. I wish I could remember the name of it, but anyway.
Well, that's what happens when you're not recommending, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a nice place. We have a lot of friends there. Actually, we met a lot of friends. We met a lot of expats there. It just wasn't for me. I tried it.
So that's what pushed you out of the city?
That pushed me out of the city because, you see a lot of the videos and the YouTubers, and they'll be like, oh, if you want safety and security. But I'm going to tell you what, that was a big place that had 24-hour security around the clock, had a fire department. Wow. So if your house burnt down, you had the fire department there. So you think you have that sense of security. Well, they arrested 3 security officers for stealing, broke into an expat's house when he went on vacation. They knew he was leaving. And the security, one night at 2 in the morning, weren't paying attention, and they rode the police trike into my truck.
Wow.
And totaled my truck at 2 in the morning. And the guy went flying over, and we felt bad. I mean, they were like screaming at him, going to fire him on the spot. I'm like, you're not going to fire him because they said the community wouldn't pay for the damage, even though it was their police force.
Yeah.
The subdivision wouldn't pay, even though it was their force, and the police wouldn't pay, the company that hired him, and so they said he had to pay. So I said, well, you can't fire him because he doesn't have a job.
Then he won't be able to pay.
He won't be able to pay. So we took he had kids. We felt really bad. We let him pay for an entire almost 8-9 months. Because I didn't want to take his whole salary from him or anything like that. And he paid. It took forever, but he paid. And we felt bad. And he was able to keep his job, and so we didn't want him to get fired. It was an accident, but you think that subdivision may be a perfect thing. Like, well, there's
no liability insurance or anything like that here.
Like,
that's not unusual, is it?
It's not.
No,
it's not necessarily the best thing.
Oh, what did you do for Thanksgiving, by the way?
We went to Pizza Hut.
Okay.
I highly don't recommend doing that on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I heard Texas Filipino. Were you down here? Because Texas Filipino had one.
We could have went, but we just couldn't get here early enough. Our flight,
spread looked so good. I looked online. I saw it.
We didn't land till 6 p.m. And then by the time we got to the hotel, and then he's 30 minutes south of here. I think south, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we weren't able to get over it. But Tim and Jocelyn came the next morning.
Okay.
And stayed with us for the day over there yesterday.
Well, Pizza Hut,
we just walked down to the mall, and it was like 7 o'clock. I said, we have to eat something. And I can't eat later. I'll be up all night bouncing off the walls.
We went to a Filipino house on the beach. It was really nice. They did a turkey Thanksgiving dinner. So it was pretty... the thing is after... So we accepted that, right? And of course, we were happy to accept it and very, very grateful. But then all the expats in the city all decided to have a big one at David's house because David broke his leg in 3 spots, so he can't go anywhere for 4 months, right? And so then we were like, oh, I'm so sorry, but we can't actually go because we've already committed, and I'm not going to be one of those guys that... Yeah, well...
Cancel for the...
My life's pretty public, so that would look like an asshole move to turn around and just be like, oh, well, we're kind of not going to be able to make it, just to go to another Thanksgiving dinner.
And Canadians are too nice to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
An American might be a jerk like that. But
yeah, maybe so. So anyway, so after that, you moved to the Subic and Bataan.
Not Subic.
Right?
We went.
Well, many people don't know where Bataan is, so that's why I kind
of.
So
Subic is here, and Bataan is kind of up here, midway between Angeles and Subic, in the middle. So you can pretty much go from Dinalupian is where we lived, right off the exit of the SX.
Yeah, because you lived at the top of Bataan. Bataan's technically below Subic, but where he lived, it's kind of like parallel, right?
Yeah, it's across the bay. You're like this, so you're looking across the mountain where all the soldiers were killed in the war. You look down from Subic. So if you're at our house, you can see the cross from our house.
Yeah, it's huge. You can see that forever.
And we had a beautiful we had a beautiful farmhouse type thing, modern, about 2,000 square feet of house and 1,500 square meters of land in the middle of a rice field, which you'll see a lot of expats do that out in the country. They'll buy a rice field off of a cemented road, and they'll buy 1,000 square meters. We have up where you were, up by us. We could have took you around if we had more time, but all the expats up there, it's like that's what they have. They bought a 1,500 square meter lot off of a barangay road, and they have a big house in the middle of all rice fields. That's kind of what we had in Dinalupian. We were off of a barangay road, but we had 1,500 square meters.
Because it's the cheapest land.
Yeah, and that's what people are selling, and everything is selling. And unfortunately, everybody keeps selling these rice fields. I don't know what that's going to end up being like in 10 years from now, but no food is no food. But we had a beautiful house there, and John and Grace, hi. I'm pretty sure you follow Mike. They Australian bought our house in Dinalupian.
I don't think we have many online right now, but normally we have.
Well, when they watch.
Yeah, exactly. They'll watch this after the fact, probably.
And they love it. They keep doing stuff every week, 2 weeks we watch. They're building something, changing something, adding something.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to move us because we're so dark, and I'm going to shift us.
Whatever you want.
Right here. We're going to make the light. I forget showing the pool anymore. I'm not going to worry about that anymore. We're going to be careful because this camera loves to freeze up if I.
I'm going to accidentally fall in that pool.
Well, that's good for views. So we dump our guests off into
He fell in the pool.
All right.
Really
actually,
cute.
if you come over to look at that a bit more, then you're going to even be better. Oh, whoa, sorry. I didn't see that. One second. Let's push this further this way. And then we can get ourselves... Oh, wow. See if we can't... We're just going to try to improve this a bit, because right now we are... And this is getting hot. Wow. It's burning hot. All right. Well, that's a little bit better. I think people can actually see us now, as opposed to... Oh, yeah, you...
No, I'm all right. Don't worry about it.
I don't want you to burn your head. It's a little difficult. This is a better place for at night, because it lights up so friggin' beautiful here. Anyway, so you guys got a guy who's been here for a little over 3 years. He's renovated 2 houses.
Renovated 2 houses.
2 houses, right? Flipped the first one already. 3 days.
Yeah, we sold the P in 3 days, but it took us a good year to renovate each house. So you're not gonna. I mean, both places we bought were rough when we got them. The Dino Lopian house had been empty for 10 years. The couple built it. The young man passed away. He drowned in a surfing accident, and wife and child never moved into the house because of the accident. So the house laid empty for 10 years. It was brand new when it was built, but by 10 years passing, with no maintenance or anything, obviously termites, anything that was wood got just chowed all up. So all that had to be ripped out, removed, replaced with vinyl, soffits, and the roof had to be redone, and we had to finish a lot of stuff because it was not finished. Closets weren't in and stuff. Kitchen wasn't in. It was countered, but no cabinets. All the cabinets had to be ripped out because 10 years, again, no termite spray. They had a termite party, and so we replaced all that stuff with new appliances. We're not flippers. The only reason we sold that house is because when I moved here, I had one condition for my wife, and that was I either have a swimming pool or I am on the beach for the ocean, because it's hot here, and I grew up with a pool, and we used to go to the beach all the time when we were kids, so that's what I like. So I didn't want to be on an island and be an inlander with not seeing the ocean ever, or at least not even having a pool. So the house didn't have a pool. We were going to build a pool. We had made the terrace in the back and ready to put the pool there. And one of the Facebook agents, that's a whole nother thing we could talk about for a long time, called us and said, listen, I found that perfect beach house that you wanted. This was a year after we had already bought the house. And my wife said, oh, somebody just called. They got a beach house for you, just like you wanted. And I told her, we got a house. We just finished. What are you talking about? She goes, yeah, but it's like you want. And I looked at the pictures, and, it looks really nice. And I'm like, hon, because she's the one that doesn't want to move around and stuff. So she's usually that person saying, no way. But she was like, oh, we should probably just go look at it. So I'm like, if you really want to look at it, but then we have to sell our house here, we're not millionaires. So we went up, we took the trip. It's actually 5 hours from Dino Lopian. And we made the trip up, looked at the house. It was exactly what I was looking for, but it was beat 10 times worse than Dino Lopian. Beat. And it was a similar situation. The mom had owned it. She passed away of old age, and the kids were all in their 70s, 5 children.
Wow.
And they had been renting it out as an Airbnb, but they weren't doing maintenance. They didn't want to put any money into it because there was 5 of them to figure that out or whatever. And they were getting older, and they just wanted their money because they were getting older and sicker, and they just wanted cash. So we got lucky on that end of things, and but we had to rip the entire roof off that house. And the only I'll tell you what, if you're buying a house in the Philippines and you're going to redo it, if your roof is not a steel framed roof underneath the sheeting, you don't have a steel frame and that steel frame is not in excellent shape, do not buy the house. Because you'll spend a lot of money. There's no guarantee you'll get the framing stable.
Yep. Would you say that leaves about 1% of the country's houses available to you?
Maybe a little more than that. We definitely rejected quite a few houses because they were wood.
Right. Okay.
Wood framing.
Yeah, because that sounds like it would definitely be very difficult. I'm in a situation where the sun is literally cooking my laptop right now and this camera. They're going to fry if I don't do something, and I don't know what I can do. We're running out of shade here.
We could go way over there.
Yeah, I'm over there. A plug over there. Oh, there is a plug over there.
Up to you.
Yeah, the internet's pretty bad. Oh,
or you can end it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we may have to because... Oh, I'd love to bring it inside. It's nice and cool in here. Yeah, we're trying. We're good. For a minute, anyway.
We're still...
Laura, maybe you can go somewhere else. We'll do it anyway.
So, what I was saying is,
Camera's frying.
with when you have the wooden framing, you obviously have termites here and a lot of water, and if there's water damage, that wood framing is rotting. And then, and also, if you have a hurricane or typhoon, then you are probably going to have your roof ripped off fairly easy because it's not screwed to steel. It's just nailed to wood.
Okay, guys, we're going to bring you guys into the house.
You want me to do something?
Grab the camera and walk with me very slowly so we don't... There we go. We're going to go for a little walk here. And put this right...
Oh, yeah. Holy smokes.
Yeah, what a difference, right? This is going to be a heck of a lot easier on us. We got to keep it a bit on this. Maybe you could go there, just so I can read the comments. I'll sit beside you.
Where you want me?
Actually, you're right. There we go. And we'll bring this up. We want to make sure. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
They don't need to see my Buddha belly.
Well, can I go higher? Yeah, I think I can.
And when I came to the Philippines,
I don't want to move it back. Oh, look at that. We're live. We have action. Action. So there we go. That should be a little
that's
bit
why
better.
I don't vlog.
Yeah.
Too high tech for me.
And there'll be a little bit more echo now, but at least we're in an air conditioned spot now. Yeah, we were just roasting out there. We could have done it earlier, but no. I think I was up till about 2 a.m. 3 a.m. So yeah, these days I spend most of my time just just working these days, so I don't get to enjoy it much. But we did spend the one day though, and we never left. We slept. Oh my god, a whole day. It's been so long because traveling is hard after a while.
Yeah,
if you don't do a day of nothing, right? And so yeah, Baguio was 6 days of just out. And
plus, you're driving in new areas. Traffic that MacArthur Highway up that way is like bumper cars. Yeah. Crazy. It's much different than traveling the U.S. or Canada, and that's what I've been telling my friends. I've been here 3 years, but I am getting a little burnt out a bit, and that's also we have to come closer to be with my mother, but I want to be closer to my medical appointments and stuff as well in Angeles. So. Here you drive defensively 24/7 if you're driving. It's.
Oh yeah, that's why texting and driving is so rare.
Oh, you cannot text and drive.
Because it'd be impossible.
You would be dead.
Yeah.
And other people.
I see the motorbike.
Other people do it and they get killed. But if you want to live here, you can. You don't have 2 seconds to do it. That's the thing. When you're in a U.S. road or a Canadian road, there's long spans of time where you don't pass people or the traffic's light or whatever. But here, it's not that case. You're not going to have empty roads very seldom, and you're going to be constantly looking left, right behind you. When you're done, when you get to a destination, you're exhausted.
Yeah, it can be that way for sure. I don't like to generalize too much because then I get other times where it's amazing. But like Iloilo, I lived here, right? And if you don't care about, like, you don't have a job, so you don't have to go out in the morning rush hour and the night rush hour, you're like, oh my god, this city's so great, no traffic. But if you are going to go out between 4 and 7 p.m. or 6, maybe 7 actually, closer to 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., you're gonna be like, oh my god, I hate the traffic. Especially if the thing is that, like, I think it was the same in where I lived. Everywhere there's a bridge, it's like the highway flies. Same amount of lanes going over water or going over a big valley or whatever. Immediately people drive differently.
They're all bottlenecking.
Yeah, they're
all looking, sightseeing.
Something, yeah. Or like I see people with fear here a lot, where they take over like too much. They go like way over the yellow line, and they take 2 lanes because somebody's over here. And they just think they need 15 feet beside their car. And I feel like that bridge, it's like everybody goes. I don't know. Anyway, so here in Iloilo, you have a lot of bridges. And so if you have to go from Festiwalk to Molo, right, or Festiwalk to Haro, or Festiwalk to, downtown, those are all bridges. So once you get over this certain bridge, it's just congested like crazy. But then again, just wait a few hours and to drive when the rest of the people aren't driving, and you're going to find it to be a lot better. That's for sure.
We did go for a short walk last night on the
Esplanade.
Yeah. Oh
nice.
My God! That's awesome.
Yeah, it is, and it's so long. Like you can go forever here on the Esplanade.
I can't walk too far, but we went about 8 o'clock at night, and people jogging, and that's like other places you would never ever do that. It's just so nice. Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah, Iloilo, the reason it's so popular and the reason it's got traffic and everything else, it's just a success story, right? It's doing very well.
Designed well and built well. I mean, the ride in from the airport was 30 minutes, but it was easy.
Yeah.
Highway ride.
It's because it's so far away. It's not because it's traffic.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I had the same thing, plus traffic in CDO. Their airport is like an hour away. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to the city, then you deal with all the traffic because you want to make your way up to we were saying downtown at first, but then when we came back, we were up on the mountain. And that's where most people live. Have you been to CDO yet?
No.
Okay. Well, it's one of the parts of Mindanao people do recommend it. I did like it up there, especially the mountain, because it's like the new development sort of thing, right? Which is the sad thing about the one we just made is that, yeah, the Airbnb experience left a bad taste in our mouth, and the whole time we were stressed about it, thinking there might be other cameras, stuff like that. But that city just was phenomenal. It reminded me of like how Iloilo is with amenities, right? Great malls, crazy stuff, like all the American brands of restaurants and everybody's in there. And I'm just like, that's not, usually you have to go to Cebu or Manila to get these kind of things. We don't have it in Iloilo. We don't have it in Roxas City and stuff like that. But then their population is 112,000. And I was like, there's something weird about this. The infrastructure is fantastic. A big, like one part was 6-lane highway road, perfect, beautiful. But then I realized afterwards that this is not political. I'm not getting political. The first Marcos, that's his hometown.
Oh yeah.
And they've held every position of power, like all the politicians, power since then. And so, like you've seen the Davao blew up and became beautiful when Duterte was president. And so there is greater investment in an area when somebody is president. So I have a feeling that might have played a big role in like what kind of preferential funding that happens when there's a president. So anyway, really beautiful. Now I'm like definitely like when people ask me where's a good place to live, I don't want it to be crazy or anything. I'm like, here you go, 112,000 people. You will probably be the only foreigner for. I didn't see another one, so I'm sure they exist. I'm sure they're around there, but we did not see in three nights, 4 days. We did not see another foreigner. So I was kind of shocked. We went around downtown, went to the malls, and all that stuff, and nobody anywhere, right? And even when we did the tourism thing, it was a weekday, so it was dead. So anyway, just to keep that in mind, you might actually want to go to Laog City, but you have to be that person who doesn't want to go around much, doesn't want to island hop, doesn't want to travel a lot. Yes, you have an airport there, but you are very isolated, right? That's the most northern city in all of the Philippines. And so if you want to go to Angeles City, it was 8 hours drive for us with taking one lunch break, right? It took us a little over 8 hours actually to get down to Angeles City.
It's a long haul.
Yeah, it's a long haul. So that's the next, like San Fernando is sort of a city, right? But it's not. It's like kind of the same. You're still in the north, so it doesn't feel like you've gone to a different place. I don't think so. Other than again, this one's much better. It's really nice. They do have an airport. That's the one bonus on that one. So yeah, anyway, if you're not looking for like here, you can go to Boracay, you can go to Roxas City, you can go to Guimaras, you can go to Bacolod. Everything's like within the hour to 3 hour gap of pretty easy traveling. But in this, if you're going to live way up there, you're going to be a lot more secluded. So you got to really like that area and be one of those people that are like a homebody or not really into doing a lot of travel and vacationing.
Yeah, I mean, we went like I said, we started in Angeles, a suburb of Angeles, and we tried that, and then we went to the country, and it's different. But we're only an hour from SM Mall. They just opened a brand new SM mall up in La Union. So we're only an hour from that. It has a movie theater. We have a Wilcon and a City Hardware 40 minutes south of us. So they're huge.
Yeah, so, you're like 5 hours closer than where I was.
Right.
Right. So you're definitely in a better place. You can go up to Baguio very easily. That's why it's shocking for you.
3 hours. It's
like driving to Boracay for us.
Yeah, 3 hours to go to up there, and Vegan is an hour and 15 minutes. So it's a really good area. It's like I said, it's very well protected from typhoons. We've been hit quite a few times in the year we've been there, and not had minimal just brush damage and tree damage.
Sure.
Where everybody around us.
Excessive wind.
Yeah. You get the wind. But the one thing I do want to talk about is, and I'm sure a lot of people ask, is how do you find people to do remodeling of your home? So in the Philippines, especially in the provinces and stuff, people don't understand what remodeling even is to them. They build a house and for the most part, they'll never do anything to it unless it's leaking or something like that. It'll keep that same paint for 10, 15 years, even if it's falling off the wall. They just don't. They're not like Westerners, or we have that whole thing where we want things to look nice when people come over, fresh and stuff.
But we are generalizing, clearly.
Well,
because I know people that are the other way. So.
I'm talking about province life.
Yeah.
Where
generalizing. So there is going to definitely be a lot of Filipinos that do it like we do, where they keep it clean and they have.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying clean. I'm not saying clean. I'm saying
painting the walls.
I'm just saying it's just not a priority for people like it is for us, where we're a little more anal about that, and I'm trying to tone myself down too. It's like I catch myself all the time. I'm one little spot, and I'm like,
oh yes,
oh my god, I got to paint that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
now I get what
I'm like,
because we are a little too much.
Why do I have to paint that? Why am I so stressed out about that little spot? It's like, why? And I've been trying to grasp our whole mentality back home, why we're like that, and I'm trying to undo it here.
Yeah, the perfectionist.
The perfectionist, like your house has to be better homes than gardens because maybe your friends are going to come over in a week or something and visit you. It's like always, I don't know. So I've been trying to tone myself down and just live the simpler, worry about putting food on the table and at least the roof doesn't leak type of philosophy, I guess.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. But what I was going to say is, we found all our workers 2 seconds away from both houses. They lived across the street or in the neighborhood. And it's not coincidence, it's just really how it is. In your communities, there's going to be masons across the street, painters, handymen. Most people are handymen. They've done a little of everything type of jobs. Way up there in our barangay, a lot of the people that worked on my house had spent time in Manila. They all travel into. You'll find that no matter how far north you go in Luzon, people worked in Manila at some point in time. Construction. They built a hotel, or they built a big building, or they spent some time building. So even Dina Lupien was the same thing. People had worked in Manila. Almost all our workers had worked in Manila at one time doing construction. So they were right there. I think the key is when a lot of people are concerned about moving to smaller barangay areas like we are. I mean, we live in a small one, and but our neighbors are fantastic. All good people around us. Everybody keeps an eye out for you and checks on you. And my wife teaches Zumba now. And how many barangays do you do now, El? 4 or 5? 6. 6 different barangays. She travels and does Zumba. I mean, she has a ton of friends. And our situation is a little different than a lot of folks. Elle was in the U.S. when I met her. She came there when she was 17, and so she was. And she was
pretty Americanized then.
Yeah, she came when she was 17. Her aunt put her in school and to better her English. And I would have, when I met her a few years later, I didn't even know she was not born there because her English is so perfect. And so it's different for us. So she's actually almost like a foreigner coming here, even though she's Filipino. And 4 years ago, we were talking about coming back here. So let me back up a sec. So we raised 4 kids. We had a business. Elle spent her entire life, 31 years in the U.S., and raising a family, and being with my family, which is very small. I have a brother, sister, and parents. That's it. So very small family. So spending time with them. she has 9 siblings and a mom here, and she would come back every year and a half, 2 years, and visit, and I would stay with the kids because you couldn't leave them, and we have school in the U.S. and you only have that 2 months, and then it's usually expensive during that time off to travel here. So someone had to stay home, someone had to work to feed the kids. So she would make a trip for like 30 days every couple of years and visit. It was just, she said to me when our youngest went off into the Navy, she said, I'd like to go back and spend some time with my family. Because my mom's 80 years old,
right,
and I only visit. So I had no problem with that. I was in the service. We've traveled. We moved all over the place in the U.S., up and down the East Coast, from New York, Florida, been to Hawaii. So I said, I have no problem with that. I can live anywhere. And it was her time to be with her family.
Yep.
31 years with my family, that's plenty. And
are they all like you, maybe?
Yes. Oh, wow. The 2 boys look like me, and the 2 girls look like my wife. And our kids went off in 100 different directions, so it wasn't like we abandoned them. We have a kid in New Jersey, and one in Virginia, and one in Atlanta, and one in Florida now in the Air Force. So it's not like you could live anywhere and see all of them. And they're all very funny. If we live next to one, the other 3 say it's the favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I know
we can't win no matter what we do. And now my parents finally retired. They moved to Florida, so we have my son in Tampa and my parents in Kissimmee. And so that's a little closer. But we're going back next year, beginning of next year, for 7 weeks to visit everyone, because we haven't been home in 3 years.
Wow, 3 years.
Our youngest daughter got married 3 years ago. That was it.
Wow, okay.
So.
Well, I know a lot of people. I'm one of them. I've been home. I have no interest. I'm going to be. I spent 45 years in that part of the world. I got a whole world over here to see. I haven't been to so many countries on this end, and it's just. It's one of those things where it's like, been there, done that. So I'm not interested in going back that way. If anything, I want to go see Japan, and I want to go. I've been to Germany, like in an airport. I want to go into Germany. Like there's so many other things I want to do.
We've been to Germany. That was the only European country we went to for business for a couple weeks. We liked that. And then here, so I was not a big traveler outside of the States, but we did like getting in the car, even in Jersey, drive to Florida, take the kids to Disneyland. I love to drive, but that's one of the things, like I said, find it here. I don't love to drive. No. I don't love to drive here.
No, my job was like 13-hour drive sometimes if you're going from like the Dakotas, right? And it's 13 hours of nothing. Like just highway, far as you can go, that you literally could put on, Netflix wasn't a thing back then. You could put a movie on, and literally you 3 cars might go by. You have cruise control. It's just staying awake, right? Yeah. Where that's not here. Now you have chickens and dogs and everything else. So yes, defensive driving 101 is very important here. But I'd also, as long as you're capable of being defensive driving, it's not like some people are just so afraid to drive here. I'm like, no, you just have to be a defensive driver. That's all. It's not like it's Mad Max here, okay? Like when we were in Cambodia, it felt like Mad Max. It was 50 bikes wide, right? No lanes mean nothing. Nothing means nothing, and it's like, it's just everybody jockeying for position as you're trying to get out of this intersection, and then people just barreling. And I had 2 accidents in my first month, right? Both of them were hit and runs on me, and I was like, I still did it, but I don't want to drive there. That's not like, when I compare it to that, I'm like, oh, this is heaven. This is heaven. I've never had it. No, I'm not even going to say it. I don't even want to say it. But yeah, it's been wonderful for me here for the most part. So I do want to get to these questions, because there's some people that will have to go to bed and stuff like that, and their question won't even be asked. So anyway, you have questions for him? I guess it's, but Lou is only visiting, so more you should ask him. But drop them in the comments, and I'm going to quickly look for them. And thank you for all the greetings, guys. Hello to everybody. Yeah, that's the Airbnb used to be so good at this, but Airbnb did nothing. 28,000 pesos, and they were like, "Yeah, we're just going to remove the listing, but rest assured, we take this seriously." What? I don't know. It took you a week to come up with an answer. Someone, it seems to be doing okay. Not sure. Oh, thank you very much. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Thank you. Where's the turkey? Right there. No, yeah. Right here. Right. I'm the turkey. Anyway, you can get them at SNR. If you're living in Iloilo here, you just go to SNR and they have the big butterball turkeys.
Which is hilarious because when we lived in North Carolina, we lived a block away from Butterball.
Oh, really?
And we come all the way here and to go to SR to buy a turkey from our
That's
neighborhood.
Right.
For twice as much.
Yeah. Everyone's tired from Black Friday. Yeah, I don't know, man. I saw it now. If you don't know, there's a website called Wayback Machine. Okay, so you can go to look up Wayback Machine. So whatever Black Friday sale, I saw people doing this, and I was like, oh wow, it's that bad. But what they do is if you go Wayback Machine to May of the same website, you can see what they were charging for that item.
Oh yeah,
right.
I just saw that.
And you see it in May, and it's like $1,200 for this big expensive item. And then you'll see the Black Friday sale says normally $34.99 on sale for Black Friday for $24.99. But you could have got it for $1,200 back in May, and they're calling $24.99 a Black Friday sale. It's crazy how it just fooling people, unfortunately. Yes, we will have a tour of this place when I get the videos get caught up into place. This place is ridiculous and it's nice, and yes, it's going to be available for rent. You can rent it for a few days for now, but until somebody says I'm renting this long term, I think it's a gorgeous place. But stay tuned.
I don't think it'll last very long.
Oh, not in Iloilo. Yeah, exactly. Because they thought, oh, we'll just do an Airbnb and all that. And I'm like, trust me, you guys are going to get offers so quickly. Oh, yeah. The money's here, so
I would rent this long term.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, greetings from Ontario, but the countdown is on until I'm back in the Philippines. Hey, Panay Capiz is where the new house.
It's difficult to find buyers.
It's where the new house is. Fantastic. Good to hear. It's Thailand next for me, April 5th. Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Thanks to credit card points. Yeah, a lot of people, my friends are, not a lot. I know two friends that are moving there. One is moving there, I think January, and the other one is moving a year later after that. So sorry about all this connection stuff, guys. And the DJI mics, no, they were not working. I plugged it in there, and the receiver would not work, so.
It was difficult to find buyers when we sold. So was it difficult to find buyers when we sold? So the Dino Pian house, like we said, we sold that in 3 days. We had probably 5 people look at the house in that 3 days, and the 5th one was actually the one that bought it. It is totally different from the West. There's no MLS here. There's no Realtor.com. There's no any of that here. So there are a few real estate companies here. They tend to be in the big areas like Iloilo City, Manila, Subic. You'll find a couple licensed real estate agencies. Remax is actually here in those areas. But in the areas where we were, they're not. And if you go with one of those agents, like if we had gone to Subic and got Remax to sell our Bataan house, they probably wouldn't have sold it, or might have taken a longer time because it's farther away. People that are in Subic or looking for Subic, and that's why the agency's there, is because they're looking for places in Subic. A lot of expats want to stay right in those areas. So we use Facebook. I was a licensed broker and agent in the U.S. for many years. a couple states. And I wrote my own listing. I took my own pictures. And then what they have here are people who relist real estate on Facebook. They basically have a marketplace, and they have a following because they list a lot of places, and they build a following, and they do a listing. But I was very strict because I wanted my listing only, my description only, my photos only. A lot of times those people want to come to your house. They bring a lot of people with them, all these sub-agents or other Facebook guys, and I just don't like that experience. So I did the listings, and I went through, and what I did was, if you started looking for property or whatever in the Philippines and you're on Facebook, you'll see the groups, and it'll say houses for sale in Bataan.
Yeah, that's right.
And you join that group. And what I did is I'd go through that group and I'd look for people who really look like they were into doing this a lot, not one listing. They had 5, 6, 10 listings. They also had listings marked sold, which means they were following up and checking on properties, because if you look at some of those people, they'll have 100 listings and they're all still for sale.
Yeah.
But when you call them, they get back to you 2-3 days later and like, oh, sorry, that one's sold. So I looked for people who kept up on their business, who were obviously paying attention, and I reached out to about 5, 6 of those people in those groups, maybe 1 or 2 of each group, because you only need 1 in a group because it's going to go on that page.
Yeah.
So 5 or 6 groups, 1 or 2 people in each group, and I messaged him. I said, I'm going to sell my house in Bataan, Dinalupian. I have the listing, I have the photos, I have strict rules. You can only sell it for what I'm selling it for. You'll find in the Philippines a lot of times these people will mark the prices up. We just had one. Tim just told me he had one that marked his place up 10 million more than he had it listed. 10 million more they wanted for a commission just because. So that's you don't want that here, because what happens is foreigners or people or anybody looking for houses will see all these listings of your property and the prices are just all over the place, and then they automatically, to me, when I was doing it, it seems like a scam, right? So I would avoid those properties because I would say this is a scam. So I was strict about that. I said, if you do that, I'll tell Facebook you're not allowed to sell, or I'll tell the group manager you're not allowed to sell the property, blah, blah, blah. Had no problems at all. And like I said, one of those people brought me a buyer within 3 days. Our 5th person that looked at the house was the one that bought it. They loved it. And the other thing that's different, if you're a foreigner coming here to buy property, it's not that 30-day, 45 normal transition. Where it's like for closing, there's no closing per se here, and
titles can take a year up to.
Well, so this is my recommendation, and it's worked for us very well in both Dinalupian and up in Ilocos. We used a surveying company in both locations, and the survey company is the one that did our title work and running for us. And they know everyone in the town hall because they do the surveying. And we actually had the biggest surveyor in each area was the one who helped us. They may or may not do that, but from what I can tell, most of them are willing to do that. And we got, how long it took us to get our title in like 2-3 months, right?
4 months. So, Dan, did you do the same as Jocelyn? Where Jocelyn just kept following up every day, every few days?
Yeah. Okay. You gotta follow. You gotta even with that surveyor, you still gotta call him every now and then and say, hey, where are we at? Matter of fact, our house in Ilocos is titled, but the beach track was a tax deck. Now we've converted it to a title. So she just called on the way here and reminded him, hey, where's our title, or find out where the title is. So
Right.
it should be any day now we get that title for the track of beach in the front there. But yeah,
you have to follow up constantly.
You have to stay on it.
There is no it's just going to happen because you're in the system. And people that try to get annulments here and stuff like that, it's 7 years. And then, that guy got in 3 years. Yeah, they harassed them. They literally called every day, You
can't be an obnoxious jerk, but you have to.
Yeah.
Hey, Kuya, I just want to check on my stuff.
Yeah, true enough. But yeah, if you just leave it to the system will just work on its own, you will be waiting forever, ever and ever on a lot of these things. Now, I wanted to ask you something because this is something that I get asked a lot, and they're like, "Oh, can you just recommend a good real estate agent for me to find a house in the Philippines?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't do that." Like, in my opinion, agents aren't bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're bad, but no agent knows everything. Knows every listing because there's no MLS here. There's no listing service, so they only know what they know. And so go to 10 agents maybe, and Facebook groups, and drive around, and all of those things are where it's going to take it to find exactly what you're looking for.
And if you're not coming to like a city like Iloilo or Angeles where you can get around pretty easy, like for Elle and I, when we were looking for places outside of Angeles, it took us 6-7 months. I mean, every day we were out, because you can't, and if you're going to the smaller barangays and stuff, you can't, because there's no MLS and no agents, you can't go and set up, hey, I wanna live in this zip code, find me 5 houses in this. There's no such thing.
No.
And you'll go to one, you may be able to see 1 or 2 places a day if you're lucky when you're going outside of the cities. If you're in the cities, you're looking for condos or apartments, you can hop around 2-3 places. But even I just watched some of your videos, it takes, you've been around looking for places. It takes a long time to get around, and a lot of driving, a lot of times we would have to stay, like get a room. Just we come up, we'd see the house, we like the area, but again, you can't call an agent because there is no one. But then maybe a neighbor said to us, "Oh, are you looking to buy that house?" Because they see a foreigner. My aunt's got a house up the road, but she's, so
best deals are found that way.
The best
deals,
ones
that are not listed anywhere.
The best deals are found. You can't be shy here. You've got to. If you're going in again, the barangays, you've got to meet that person. Go to the barangay hall. Tell them you're looking to buy a house. That's actually my number one suggestion.
Yeah.
Start at the barangay hall. If you like an area and you wanted to go to San Juan, per se, in Laína, go to the barangay house. Say, listen, I'm looking for a house. They know everybody, or even the surveyor. Find the surveyor of that area, and they know everybody.
Yeah. The only thing I'm going to say is you're still a foreigner. And so keep that always in mind. So when I lived in Baraka, I went to rent a motorcycle, and I had to go over Cataclan. And I made the mistake of going and asking the police officers that sit at the station there, hey, where can we rent a motorbike or whatever? And he's like, oh, we know somebody. They get on the phone, and they bring me this bike that they want 12,000 pesos for like a few nights. I can't remember what it was, to rent this motorcycle. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. And I walked away, and we just found somebody else. And then we're paying like, I don't know, I want to say 1/10 the price. So the barangay captain will have lots of suggestions for you, but they might be his buddies, and he's called them to say, make sure I get my cut. Yeah. You never know, right?
I'm not necessarily saying the barangay captain. I'm saying more of like the treasurer's office, the tax office, the mayor's office. The barangay captains, they're...
Well, and I'm not specifically saying barangay. I'm just saying that you will always have a target on your back, no matter where you're going. So understand the market in your area, what are things actually selling for by chit-chatting with other people. And so you'll get more opportunities going to the barangay hall. I think you're very right on that. But then you can call them out and say, no, I'm thinking this is probably only worth 5 million pesos.
But the other thing, too, is I'm, again, misstating that. I let my wife do all the talking.
Ah, okay.
And if you have a Filipino and you're looking, then that's good. If you're on your own, like Mike's saying, they're going to totally soak you if you're on your own. But my wife walks into a place and says, okay, listen to me. Yeah, you see my husband is a foreigner. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And
our budget's our budget.
She tells them straight up, you're not going to get over on me.
Yeah. Well, you can't buy land here without that
tough.
anyway.
She's tough.
That's a question I get all the time. Okay, well, you must be away. And I'm like, yes. If you want a highly complicated life, yes, go ahead and form a corporation, use some lawyers, all that stuff. And I know somebody, I just recently helped them. I gave them the lawyer and everything to open the corporation. But don't go making an offer on a house until your corporation is done.
Yes.
Because he did, and then he found out it takes 2-3 months to get your corporation done.
Sometimes longer.
Yeah, sometimes longer. And so don't make any offer, and then you got to open a bank account with that thing, with the money. It's a thing. So sure, it's possible. But if you really want to build your own place here, you don't want to you're already married to an American, not Filipino, right? That kind of thing. Go ahead, just lease the land. You can do now 75 years residential. I know people saw, you can do 99 years. If you read very specifically, it's commercial. So yes, if you're going to turn it into a resort or something, you can do that. But so you can do for most of us, we're going to be over the age of 40 anyway, right? And so we don't need 100 years. That's just and this isn't a time to worry about building wealth, right? You're retired. So you can lease land here for very economical price. And then you get, it's written right into the title, exclusive use, blah, 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 for you. Do lawyers, make sure you use proper lawyers for this stuff, notarized with the courts, all that stuff. And you can lease the land for you to use, and you can build whatever you want on it. Get transfer rights, so that you live there 10 years and you have a 50-year on this thing, and you live there 10 years and you're like, I want something different in my life or whatever. Well, you can sell your house with the lease for the remaining 40 years or whatever amount of years is left on it, and to another foreigner, which foreigners will be looking. There'll always be, because they'll be like, wow, I don't have to rent. This is like renting, but whatever you built on there will have some value and everything else. And the rent's not going to go up in that case, right? So it's very, it's great. You can build whatever you want. You can have whatever goats you want. You can do whatever, the freedom of leasing land and building whatever the heck you want is very enticing to a lot of people, because here in the Philippines, you kind of can do whatever you want. So tomorrow you can have that kubo, and it's so cheap to build comparative to anything we're used to, and you just can't do it in most rentals anyway. So this is an opportunity for people to do that as a foreigner. Yeah, I know you can't buy the land and put it in your exact name, and people will point out some court ruling with this divorce and this and this and this, and it's been, I think there's this many on your hand that you could count where you could, but don't count on it.
Yeah, I don't recommend the lease either, and
well, I'm about to do that. So
not the lease. I mean the corporation.
Corporation.
Buying the land.
Well, because then you also have to have all the corporation laws.
Yeah, well, not only that,
you have to have shareholder meetings.
Tax.
And
then you also get into the Filipino still has to have the majority of the company. It's not you.
Right.
So someone is still your boss. Whether it's your wife or girlfriend or...
use lawyers.
Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. So
use lawyers.
You can use 3 lawyers at 20% each, and then you issue preferred shares that have all the voting rights.
If you're a business person and you've done LLCs in the U.S. like I or Mike, then you understand that about doing that. But you've got a lot of other people in your business. They may not be your girlfriend. They may not be your wife. They may be lawyers. And let me tell you just because they're lawyers doesn't mean they're honest.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. Well, that's why I actually said 3 lawyers, because they each get 20%. And so make sure they don't know each other. Yeah. One from Iloilo, one from Roxas, one from over here. You guys don't know each other. You each have 20.
And it would take a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. That's my point on it was. It's not impossible, but do you really want to go through all this hassle? It is a lot of hassle. So... there are other options, but if you marry a Filipino, then you're all good. Now, people will say, you're crazy. You bought your wife a house. ignoring the fact that you guys have been married forever.
I saw the comment.
Married in America.
Last video. I read some of the comments. I'm like, guys, what the heck?
I know.
And like, oh, make sure you screen her relatives. Well, her relatives have been my brother and sister-in-laws forever. And my mother-in-law has been to the States, and my father-in-law stayed with us. And yeah, we have a great family. Elle has a great family. 4 of her brothers and sisters went to college. One works for the government. So, you know, like Mike's caught me generalizing a little bit. Don't generalize with families. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you see on the internet where people do things bad to other people, but that's no different in the States or Canada or whatever.
How many wives have gotten the house in a divorce?
Yeah.
Please.
More than here, I guarantee.
Yeah, that never happens in America. No.
So, but you know, you got to have a stable relationship before you go buying property. I guess that's the one thing to say. I mean, you know, in America or Canada, would you date a girl for a month or 2 months or 3 months, or even in the U.S. or Canada, we date online and stuff, and you could be even long distance in the country. But would you meet someone, marry them in a month or 2 months, and then go partner with them on land in the U.S. or Canada? So why would you do it here?
Yeah,
you know, that's
exactly.
I see so many people like, I met my girl last month. We're going to look at a land next month. Well, good for you. Good luck with that.
Yeah, you're obviously taking an enormous risk, and you're choosing to take an enormous risk. So have fun with that. You know, I get for some people, they're like, yeah, the house is going to be like $80,000. And they retired with a great deal of money.
If you don't care.
If you're willing to throw that away. But then don't complain after.
Yeah, don't complain.
When 3 months later you're like, oh, we did not get along at all.
And she threw me out with my scooter and my clothes, and that's it. But
prenup. I don't know. Is there a prenup?
Yes, there are prenups there. You can do a prenup. If you're going to do that, shotgun wedding, fast thing, absolutely do a prenup. I would think that would sort some of the girls out that have not good intentions right away. You know, so there are. There are the prenups are the same as the U.S.
And I guess in the prenup it'll say you can put in there that the property has to be sold and you get your money back.
Has to be sold, yeah.
So, and you get your money back.
So you can't try to shyster that either, where you have a prenup and you're going to get the land, because you're not going to get the land because you're not Filipino. So no matter what you do, even if Elvie was, God forbid, to go to the great heavens tomorrow, I don't get my house.
You get 1 year to sell.
1 year to sell. My title says her name. And on the next line it says, and husband of spouse. I don't even remember the wording, but it says husband Louis and my name.
Right.
So that gives me 1 year after she passes to sell it.
You know, if you guys had children together, you could could pass the child.
We could pass the child, but
which would be a Filipino.
You should. Even though it says that on the title, you should still have our lawyers and the surveying companies also told us we should have a will also. Yeah. Even though that's on the title, have a will. And then if you're going to do the kids or like when we go back to the States, we're going to ask our kids, do they even care about the property here? Because the gist of what we feel and what they've said in the past, they don't even care about the land here. They don't have any interest in it. So we may pass it from, if something happened to both of us, we may pass it to Al's family and not our kids, because our kids may not want to come here, may not want to deal with it.
Right.
You know, one's a nurse. She never gets time off. She'll never be hopping over here. One's in the service. He can't easily get here. So we may pass it to her family. But you still need you definitely, prenup is good if something early. A will is a definite, even with a title, just to keep things clean.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's great advice. Okay, so we're going to go off and we're going to have some lunch now. We're going to be heading up. I want to thank Lou and Mitzi earlier for coming in. We are going to have a lot of videos. If you haven't noticed, we've been uploading quite a few videos lately. So definitely go and check them out. Come say goodbye. Let's see. There we go.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
So we'll see you guys very soon, though, because there's so much more to come. All right. Thank you very much, and take care, guys.
Don't forget subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Well, they're probably subscribed because they're watching a live, but I hope you're all subscribed.
I hope so. I think you have a lot.